Hi, hello everyone. Let me hope we are good. So let me hope we are good and everything is basically okay. And everything is basically okay. Okay. So I'm Munya Scripts and I would love to share with you whatever I'm like going to be creating, and that is a flyer. I happen to get a client or someone who needs to be designed a flyer or a poster that is for a party that is to be happening in some time to come. Okay, and that is going to be a beach party. Okay, so we are going to be creating a design for that person, but maybe before we would create that design for that person, I would want us to first try to see, is it responding the right way? Are we having the right response? I want them before I happen to continue. So sorry if we are already there and we are not responding, or if we are like not starting up. So I'm just confirming the setup so that we can start up properly. So let me hope we are all here. Okay. So let me hope that we are now there. I'm I'm yet to confirm. Are we all here? Can anyone say hello? So are we together? Yeah. Oops. Let me see this. So in just a few minutes to come, I'm going to be starting, but um, I'm first confirming. So I'm confirming if we are all here. Okay, can like anyone say hello if you don't mind? So basically what we are going to be looking at today is creating a flyer or a poster. Okay, so this was a client, or this is a client who happened to contact me that Isaac, I need this flyer or MUCIAN script, because I'm also known as MUCIAN scripts, and contacted me and is like, brother, I need a flyer, okay, posting for my I'm organizing something in December. Okay, so I was like, okay. So I was like, okay, so you're organizing something in December. I don't know why my internet is like this. So sorry, but do not move away. I see I'm getting some viewers, but my internet, YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming as such. So let me hope that if we are communicating, I'll happen, or I'll be able to see what may be pushing people off. Okay, so let me minimize this back. So I'm going to be using Illustrator. So now we are going to be creating something new, but so far for all the videos I've been working on, I've been showing you this. Okay, so with this newer version of Illustrator, okay, with this newer version, you are able to like select different templates that you may need to do what to use. Okay, so we want to create a poster that is for, we are creating a flyer or a poster for a person, and this person is advertising his is going to be advertising his, what should I call it, camping that is going to happen maybe towards Christmas, and this person needs me to design him something that is captive that he has to show off. So remember what I told you, that when we are designing or making a design, there are some things that we have to consider. Okay, so we have to first make sure that we know the size this client needs. Okay, so besides the size this client needs, where is this person going to be using the what, the design? So this person is going to be using the design in both print and also in what, besides printing, this person also needs that design in printing. He needs it to be posted on Twitter, on Facebook, on WhatsApp. So that calls for different formats of designing and different formats of saving. Okay, so now before that, okay, before getting there, it means basically we have to do what, to understand that this person is going to be, the main purpose is printing and being able to like forward these posters to some people. So what we do is we get this here advanced, and make sure that your computer, on your computers you design, whether you are using a lower version of Illustrator than this or a higher version of Illustrator. Okay, so make sure that your, like this would be the resolution. Okay, the resolution is 300 ppi, that is pixels per what, per inch. Okay, then make sure that the color mode is CMYK, that is C for cyan, M magenta, Y for yellow, and K is for black. Okay, then if we up it to RGB, it like communicates that we are designing something for screen, it is not going to be printed, but our main purpose is printing. Then sharing on Facebook and social media comes as a second option, so we leave it at CMYK. Then we leave the rest. Okay, we don't want these most. Do we have any other more settings below this? So we don't. Yes. So, and now for those of you who are using CS6 and some other lower versions, your display will appear like this. Okay, so the more you slope down is the more you get this stuff that we were looking at. Okay, so you set this, then this is the page orientation, this is landscape, this is portrait, and this is landscape. So let us go get back. Maybe we'll try to understand it from here. So the first thing we would do is give our design what? We give our design a name. So we call it camping mark. So we give it that. Now we first, for me, when I'm like designing, most of the times I first ignore what we call the profile, because your character, like your character behavior and stuff, could describe your profile. Because if I told you profile yourself in a certain way on paper, so we would need to see your character and then guess how you behave and how we could define you. So that is why I advise you to ignore a profile first. Okay, so when you ignore a profile first, we come to the artboards. So artboards are like where we put or place our designs, that middle white thing that we happen to create. Okay, and anything that goes beyond that white workspace, okay, it means that, okay, so it means that whatever thing that we design past that, it is off the what, off like the grid, it won't be seen in the final design. So always make sure that all your artwork and everything is placed on that what, on that design. Okay, then if there are three, are you seeing this? Let me see if I can increase its size. So are you seeing this here? So these are like showing how these may be arranged. Let me say there are 6. Okay, and they are showing us this is a 1, a 2, then it comes down to create a 3, then a what, a 4. Should I try to create them? So if I press create, okay, and this is what is going to happen as you see it there. Okay, so if I happen to have I click on my artboard, are you seeing that they are showing it to you? That is a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, as they go on continuing and continuing. Okay, so if we click this, that is like closing, we don't want it. Okay, so if we click new again, so after clicking that, we go back here on more settings. Then remember we had given our designer what, a name, that was let us give it, okay, anyone, flyer or poster. Okay, so please, these are like the basics that once you grasp these, it means you can come up with any design you would feel like and the right way. So file or poster. Then from there we also have MUCIAN. So mark, I put it at that. So we don't want this. And when it comes to this other arrangements, as you see them, like drawing this, that, this, so that is how they they can like happen like. Okay, so from what you saw the other side, these are the columns. Okay, like you saw me having 3 columns, so I would want 1. I don't want anything like more than that. So then from there, spacing. So if at all I happen to like have 6 like artboards, okay, the space from them, that is from one artboard to the next one, that is what we call spacing. So if I like go back and make it 1, so when I make it 1, first of all, spacing disappears. It does not give me any options. Then also columns do what? Disappear. But the more like I make it more than 1, the artboard arrangement comes plus the spacing and the columns that we would wish. So right now I would want to only have the front what? The front side. Okay, that is one artboard. If at all I'm like designing a business card, that would require me to have the back part. Okay, the back part and the front part. That means that I'm going to be creating 2 artboards, and I will be taking the other artboard to be the front, and the first artboard to be the front, and the second artboard to be the what? The back. Since I'm going to be doing the settings at once, it means that the back and the front will have the same settings because I will not tamper with the settings. So now from there, I'm going to be using a template to choose A3, because most of the times, most of the flyers, okay, posters basically are on A3 or an A4, unless you need it to be a little bit bigger than that, or if you're also only designing a flyer, because flyers have to be, they are more of like posters but in a smaller size, like A5, for people to easily like move with. We look at we look at them being portable. Okay, so if everything is basically what? Okay and good. So thank you someone. I see someone is already watching. Thank you. I'm seeing you. I'm basically happy about it. Thank you. Then from there, so if at all we have A3, so we've selected it automatically. Our what? Our units are shown here. Okay, that make up an A4. I mean that make up an A3 as selected from there. Then besides this all, we can also have here. This is where you play with the different what? Units. Okay, so it is rather better at least to grasp some units. Like if at all I know what centimeters are, then I also try to Google around how to convert, okay, centimeters, maybe how to convert from maybe pixels to centimeters. You should be knowing that. Or if at all you are not like knowing it, you can come here. Okay, then within your Google you type in maybe pixel to centimeter, like that. So once you do that, are you seeing? So if I like open up, so you just Google, then you happen to see, are you seeing? So convert pixel to centimeter. So we are like going to be putting in the number of pixels that we have, then to the centimeter. So if I have like let us go back the other side and see, because we need to prove it. Maybe we come back here. Where is our design? So if we switch it to what? To pixels, these are the pixels we have. Are you seeing that? So if we convert this to centimeters, okay, so it is already converted to what? To centimeters. So let us, so if I'm having this, then if I turn it to centimeters, so let me go back to my Illustrator and change it to centimeters and see. So it is a 29.7. Okay, let us go back here and see. Are you seeing? So some have been taken off. So with this, I hope maybe there are some errors, but the first thing that would help you out or would make you understand this would be you grasping the size of what? An A4. So let me have this Illustrator. So if I come here and put an A4, are you seeing this? So if we happen to have a 21 centimeter, then a 29, you're going to notice something, that one of the sides is retained, then the other side is what? Multiplied. So when you grasp this rule and how to use it, then you just need to know only one what? You just need to only know one size, that is F4. So once you know F4, then you can come up with other what? Sizes. But for now, let us use a template. So my dear friends, I urge you to subscribe to this YouTube channel. I always share content in the music industry, in the designing industry, the movie industry, okay, the creative industry. So whatever goes to the creative industry tackles my life, okay, and I would want to like cover that to see that I help someone out there who is looking for earning an extra income as a creative. So that is my call. So if like we are contented with this and that is what we want, now we come here, there is what we call page what? Page orientation. Okay, so with page orientations, that means the page display, how like we see the pages. Okay, so if maybe I happen, let me first click let me get Photoshop and use Photoshop to explain this. So if maybe I come to my Photoshop and I like have this, so for Photoshop I'm just going to be explaining something from there instead of closing the other side. So I get a brush, so then I reduce it a little bit because I'm going to be explaining something. So with page that is page orientations, okay, so there is what we call a portrait. So if I draw this, and so these are the two page orientations we have. Okay, as you see it here, so this is portrait. Okay, portrait, this is portrait and this is land what? So this is landscape. So if we look at these directly as we see them here, what comes into your mind? So page orientations call for a portrait and a landscape. So some of you people, if someone asks you what do you understand by a portrait, you say a photo of one person and the background is a little bit blurry. That is wrong. So if someone talks of a portrait design, he means he wants you to design him something whereby the width, okay, this width is shorter than the what? The height. Okay, so most of you at times you may call this the length. So this width or your length should be shorter than the what? The height. And when it comes to this, our width or the length of our design should be longer than the what? Longer than the height. Okay, so endeavor to see that at least you understand this with portraits. Okay, portrait and landscape design. So those are the page what? Orientations. Because most of you see designs that are either portrait or landscape format. Okay, but you don't know how it all comes about. Okay, so now we've understood that now we are able to differentiate between a portrait and cape. Then from there we go back to our design. So sorry, but I have to like keep checking and see. Okay, from there let us go back. So we go back to our design here. So thank you everyone who is basically watching. Thank you for watching. Thank you, I appreciate. So if this is like what I'm coming up with a design, then we come here. So we've understood what we call orientation, page orientations. So depending on what I want to design, right? Okay, where the width is shorter than the height. Okay, or where the height is longer than the width. So then it comes to the bleeding space. So we call this, here it is referred to as the bleed, but that is the bleeding space. It is space that is basically left, okay, as you design, to make sure that your design does not slip off. Because there are some designers, as we design unknowingly, after making our design, some of the text that we put in a design goes off. So this would be like the margin. Okay, so from your start of the page to where you start your text, on both sides, whether on left, right, or bottom or top. Okay, so we don't want to leave any bleeding space. We shall be leaving that automatically. Then from there, actually, after having this, okay, our profile is still custom. Okay, so it is not either selecting anything. So before maybe we continue, what do we get to, or what do we understand by the term custom as creative people? So it is like when I buy you a shirt and it fits me instead of fitting you. Let's assume I'm bigger than you. Okay, then when you happen to wear that shirt appears to be bigger, okay, than you. Then customization means that you may take it to a tailor, then you tell that tailor to like do what? To like, you may tell that tailor to like do what we would call fitting it. So if this person goes ahead and fits it, goes ahead and does anything about the design, about that shirt, so that is customization. So you are adjusting something to fit your desires or your purpose. Okay, so that is what we have done here. We've played around with it. Then, or even if we just add maybe a point here, then put a 1 like that. Are you seeing even the page size here comes to custom because we've just added something little? Then it is like we twisted it to fit our desires. So then after we do that, so this is our dashboard, that is our artboard, and that is it. So if we are like artboard size that we created, maybe after we are like asking ourselves, so what is the artboard size or the size of our design? We just come here on this tool called the artboard. Then when you click on it, are you seeing? So now when we go up, it like shows you that is a 21 centimeter by a what? A 29 centimeter, 29.7. So this is an A4, but I have to go back and remember I told you we need to create a what? An A3, not an A4. Okay, so we come here, click on more, then have this. Okay, then we can first leave it at that without giving it a name, or I call it MUC final design. Okay, so I like browse. Okay, so we leave this is already set. Then create what? Create document. As you see it here, so we have a 29.7 centimeters by this a 42. Okay, so I don't recall properly from the other one I've removed. I never looked at this. Okay, so if we go and click on that, so now before we come up with a design, let me briefly go through what this client wants. Okay, so this client basically wants, let me get the description very well. So he wants a poster or a flyer, okay, that reflects a party or an outing or beach party that is yet to take place. Okay, that is yet to take place. And my internet, okay, sorry, that is yet to take place. Okay, and we can talk, see, let me first reply this one also. Okay, so now because let me say okay, let me leave it. So what I like basically want first of all is, why did I form this channel? I like created this channel. Okay, I created this channel to see that as we all as creatives we can benefit. Okay, to see that we can benefit from, like, if at all I can share, if at all I can happen to share content or my ideas with fellow creative people, and for me that is something that inspires me. So if I can touch someone's life and enable that person make his second design and earn from that design, so that would favor me as much as what, as much as possible, and that is basically my interest. So please don't like mind so much about my content being the videos about the beauty, but what I would want you to pick up from these videos is, what have you learned from these videos? So basically that is what I want from you. And maybe later on I may like get some editors and would consider maybe seeing stuff being what, like a lot of stuff being edited and that stuff, eh? So what I would request you to do is, please look at these designs and pick something. And also the other thing is, please endeavor to see that you subscribe, because this is a new channel and I would love it when you subscribe, to my content, you subscribe to my channel, when you hit that, let me get there and show you, when you hit this subscribe. First of all, today I made 1,200 what 1,200 subscribers. I'm grateful. I'm so grateful for you people. Thank you. I don't know how even I would say thank you as enough as possible. So as you see it here, so you click, this is my channel, endeavor to see that you click that subscribe button. Okay, and I share a lot of content. I've shared a lot of content, and please try it out and see. Okay, check it out. So besides that, let us go back. Okay, let us go back this side. Let us go back here. Let us go back here. So here, so this is our what? This is our artboard and the workspace. So if I told you some new here, now let me give you this idea. So with this software, you can plug off and rearrange anything. So you can plug it off, you can switch it off. Okay, so you can, let us now, for the start, let us use this window. So there is what we call workspace, okay, or the interface. So if we say this is my interface, so it means the whole software, how does it display? Okay, so if you are not interested with that interface, you just come to window, then workspace, and you choose maybe essential. Are you seeing that? So depending to you what you want. Okay, so for me, I would need essential what classic. So if there's something that would be missing, because let me say I'm not the only person who works with this what, with this computer. Okay, so it means I have to go to Windows, then workspace, then I call for a what, a reset essential classic, goes with the workspace that you have chosen. So I chose essential what, classic. So then it means when I come here, I will press reset. Okay, essential what, classic. Are you seeing? So what I had removed first was brought back. Okay, then from there, let us go this side. Now we are going to be sourcing for what? For inspiration. Looking at different designs, we are going to be sourcing out inspiration from those different designs. Okay, so now we go and look for, okay, but what? Because I wouldn't want to start from scratch. Party posters. Then you press that. So are you seeing that? We are like seeing, so if we happen to say open in a new tab, open all. So we see on Google, we happen to look at different images and get inspired by the number of things that are on Google, like what people have so far posted. Okay, so we search and see. Or if we don't use that method, you just click here and say view all. Then we wait for it to load. So this would depend on the speed of our internet. Okay, or on the speed of your internet. So as you see it there, so as you see it here, we have different posters that we would look at to get inspired. Are you seeing all of these are posters? Okay, so if you look at them, what would inspire you? go for a certain poster. Okay, so we are like looking at this to like get inspired, okay, to like look at them and pick a leaf, okay, leaf from them and see, could we design something like that? Could we integrate, like look at them and come up with an idea of an eye-catching what design? So it is basically always better before you design something to always have a clue of what you are going to design, because this person giving you his project, he was sure that you are the best design it. Okay, so besides looking here, I'm like showing you the different ways. Besides looking at this, okay, you may visit different platforms. As you saw me, when I see